Welcome back to Good Day Stateline. We're continuing our tour of Oregon with Elizabeth from Locust Co-working and Wellness Space. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us. You know, we walk in and we're like,
that's the first thing people do is they drop their shoulders and they go, ah.
It's a stress-free environment in here.
It really is. It really is.
So it's not just for people to walk in and feel less stressed. What's really happening here?
Right. So there's a lot of things happening here. So as you mentioned, it's a co-working space, but it was beyond a co-working space for me. I wanted to make sure that people had a space where they could be well in their mind and their body and feel good while they do their work, which is the basis for what I do.
So how long have you been here?
I've been here for about 6 months.
Okay, which is great because that's kind of the time where people needed somewhere to work.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was because of the pandemic. I found that I'm working from home as a consultant, and I was, my dog was barking, and the mailman, and the dishes are piling up, and I needed a space where I could just do my work and focus.
Which I think is so important, and a lot of people were missing that. And then still now, some people going back into the office, but other people finding out that they're like permanently allowed to work elsewhere. And again, maybe home isn't the right place.
Right, exactly. And I also found that it was for people that are starting businesses.
Yeah.
If someone's starting a small business and they don't have anywhere to meet with a client, or they need somewhere to work without having their own brick and mortar, this is the space.
So tell me exactly what somebody, would walk in and talk to you about if they wanted to rent out an area.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 4 desks available for rent. I wanted to make sure that it was a small, curated experience and it didn't feel like a cubicle setting.
Sure.
And so someone, if they wanted to come rent a desk, they could reserve a desk either by the day, a 5-day pass, 10-day, 20-day, or even doing a rolling subscription.
Oh, cool. And so that's it. They get that little area for as long as they subscribe.
Yes, absolutely. We have things like an aromatherapy bar. We have a plant-filled environment, as you can see. And also they have access to the yoga mats. So I'm a registered yoga teacher, so if they ever want to hop on the mat during their work day, they're welcome to do that as well.
So how often do you think people should take a break from their work and do something relaxing?
Absolutely. So the brain only has the capacity to focus for about an hour. And so it's good to do something different every hour.
Okay.
So now what we do is we get into flow state, which is a good state to be in, but every once in a while we need to be able to step back because what we're doing is we're not breathing properly.
Sure.
We tend to breathe from the upper part of our lungs and not that deep breath that helps engage the brain.
Okay. Well, speaking of brains, you actually wrote a book.
I did.
The Migraine Method. Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, so absolutely. So I have been a migraine sufferer for 24 years, and I suffered anywhere from 20 to 25 days a month.
Wow.
So most of my life, I think I did the math, it's 5,670 migraines.
Sound like you're singing the song from Rent.
Right? Yeah. Except it wasn't as enjoyable.
No.
And as a registered nurse and a registered yoga teacher, I started looking and becoming very frustrated with I was taking medications and they weren't working, and I was trying everything. So I spent about 2 years researching the brain using both Western medicine and Eastern medicine. And I just started taking notes. It was for my own personal benefit at first. And after I implemented some of the things that I found, I went to my doctor and he said, you should write a book. I said, okay, and here it is. So the Migraine Method is a culmination of both Eastern and Western medicine, but also the science and the spirituality behind living a migraine-free life. So it's beyond for those people, for those with migraines, it's for anyone for brain health.
That's awesome. And I know you have a ton of them here, but you can also get them elsewhere. Where can you get them?
They're available on Amazon, on Barnes & Noble, and on Bookshop.
Awesome. Okay, so wait, before we move on from the book, you have a book signing coming up.
I do, and it's in Rockford.
Yeah, okay, cool. Where's it?
Yeah, June 30th from 1 to 3 p.m. at Rockford Roasting Company.
Awesome. Okay, so you're going to do something with my mind.
I'm going to do something with your brain. Yes.
What do I got to do?
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to tap into not only a deeper brain wave. We have 4 different brain waves primarily, and so beta is when you're active, you're thinking, you're engaged, probably doing most of your work. Yeah. And then alpha is when you set your work down and you just pause.
Okay.
Theta is where the magic happens. This is where our creativity, meditation, intuition happens. And then delta is sleep. So we're not going to go to sleep. I never do that, so don't worry. We're not going to go to sleep. We're going to dance between alpha and theta. Okay? And on your next inhale, I invite you to imagine a color that you associate with peace.
Do I have to tell you what it is?
No, you can keep that to yourself. That's the beauty of meditation.
You're not supposed to talk on the show. Anytime I try to meditate or something, difficult part is me telling me to do it.
Yes.
It's so much easier when you're telling me
Yes,
to do it.
yes. And if I would have had you laying down,
Yeah.
it would have been the full experience. And most people wake up and say, wow, what was that?
Yeah.
So there's two things. One is a chemical that's released through the vagus nerve. It's called acetylcholine. That's responsible for calm. And then we're also slowing the brain waves down by both the breath and the meditation.
So where can we get more information if our viewers want to reach out to you, or they want to rent a space, or they want you to guide them through colored meditation?
Yes, absolutely. So it's really easy. My name, ElizabethPriller.com, is my website. You'll find everything about Locust Co-working, about my consulting, and about the book.
We're back with Liz at Merlin's in just a minute, but first it's time to name our fan of the week. We asked you on Facebook, what's your favorite way to stay happy? Our winner this week is Jerry. He said, riding with my girl. He wins a GDS swag bag packed with goodies, and you have a chance to win next week. Just follow us on Facebook for details. We'll be right back.